welcome back to Vilnius, Lithuania from the Sand Arena. Winter Beach is the tournament, and you're watching it on ULTI.TV, brought to you by Zoom TV, here with me, Stefan Rapazzo, and alongside Dmitry Doroshenko. Dmitry, are you still doing well here, making it through this tournament?
I'm still sitting on my little box up here, overlooking the whole fields, the sand.
We've got a nice perch, nice vantage point.
Enjoying the views here and there. It's nice. It's enjoyable.
And so we've got another game here.
Yeah.
Vorai, not surprisingly, they're organizing this tournament, have made their way onto the stream for the third time.
Yep.
They have been undefeated. Who have they got this time?
They've got their compatriots, KossMix, also from Lithuania. I may have called them Ukrainians earlier. I was wrong. I apologize. They are definitely not from Ukraine. They are definitely from Lithuania. Some of them were born in other countries.
And here they come. Salkus sends it back, gets the gainer. Mandelis fakes the flipper, then goes back into the hands of 14 shirt leading throw. And Vorai with a chance to break early. Gauba to Gauba. Holy moly, and they have done as much. Early turnover, early break. How about that?
How about that? If you get one Gauba to another, if you get two Gaubas in the field, does that mean that it's going to be a point? If it's Gauba to Gauba, is that a universal formula for score or not?
I don't know if it's universal, but it's not a bad thing to have.
It's
That's
not uncommon.
sure. Here's the pull, hanging, dangling, and picked up by the Mohawk, Prochorov, and then moved on Mendelis. Yakuchonis goes back to Mendelis. And now into the hands of Bobina. Flipper! And ripped down. This time they're not to be denied. They score. Mendelis, the scorer.
Fancy Scuba. Looked pretty. Worked. Both teams on the board. Couple of ones. Getting a score each. Good start, I would say. We'll see how it will continue. Could be tough. I'm sure that I don't know how many games did Vorai play already. I think it's the third game, if I'm right.
I believe indeed. Jorgensen's goes back bit there. Slobodskoyas keeps it. Gauba and gets the hammer straight back from Visokis, and that's another one for Gauba. I mean for Vorai. And makes it 2-1. Break in the back pocket for Vorai.
Interesting that Vorai decided to split into two teams, maybe just to make the format a little bit more interesting. Just like some of the tournaments are inviting a very, very special team called Courier Island for some of the tournaments. Maybe they did the same but with their own team. But actually brought a Latvian import this time.
KossMix set up the hammer, ambitious with Gauba there. Throws it in Gauba's neighborhood, and Gauba is on neighborhood watch. So, Slobodskoyas to pick up the disc. And puts the pivot foot down, and I can't believe Gauba had that. There was a poaching defender who had a very good opportunity, but Gauba, strong hands, and Gauba again in the corner. Jørgensen, and everybody bit, and there's one man wide open, and that man is Ernestas Visokis. And Gauba did well to stay patient and then hit him.
Yeah, they did pretty good. I think everybody was pointing at this player who was isolated in the end zone and just standing there alone, and everybody was like, look at him, throw to him, he's alone. Well, that's actually what happened in the end. Worked for them for another score. For a break. Apologies, not a score. First break of the game goes to Vorai. Second break.
Yep. Broke early and then broke again. First possession was KossMix.
Ah, true that. Yes, you're right.
So all the way back.
Trapped in that corner.
Yakutionis gets it forward to the Mohawk of Prochorov. Then Zdanis.
Oh, I heard that. That was almost a hand block there. Not enough contact from Jørgensen, but he definitely tipped this disc.
Moves it forward. Mendelis. Cycus. Yakionis. Back to Prochorov. Who bid's coming? Gauba throwing the body in the second bid. Shadas takes it away. Visokis spots Jørgensen right away and without thought throws the hammer to Gauba, who was just begging for it, really. But beautiful little bit of work there to finish things off. Visokis, no hesitation after the turn.
Yeah, Modestas Gauba did well to pick that up, but he basically knew as soon as the disc was defender what should he do and where should he go to get the point, to get that other break. Another break. There's been quite a few already here in that match, and looks like might be a bit of a blowout, but I think KossMix needs to either at the very least hold, maybe a timeout could be a good idea as well for them.
Prochorov goes around. Grublis back to Prochorov. Faking a bit of everything. Then finally gives the scuba, finds a way through, and Grublis has the booblies and drops that one.
Unfortunate drop for him. It's like he was looking somewhere else. So remember, before you think about throwing the next throw, catch it first.
Gauba catches it, standing tall, spots Jørgensen, and returns the favor from the last point.
Yeah, this connection is working pretty well. Quite sure that Vorai are quite happy with the pickup that they've got in the form of the Latvian Jørgensens. Bruno, of course, normally playing for Salaspils, but no Salaspils this time. However, quite a lot of players from Salaspils are making a trip to the sands of Vilnius.
And, KossMix down big time. All they've got to be thinking now is Jere Kipira. It is what it is. How do we get back in this? And obviously, if you've been watching all day, you know my new favorite saying in Lithuanian. Prochorov was open, but that was in the hands of Mendelis.
There's a bit of a switching in the end zone. It's dicey, but still works. They're containing it.
Mendelis goes to Cyprus. And there's the open goal. Bobina gets his hands on it. 2-5. They're back on the board. It's good for them to be back on the board. The bad news is Vorai's O-line is going to be out there now. And their O-line, D-line, whatever. But they're going to be receiving a pull with some dangerous weapons.
yeah, it could be quite tough for them. Even though Vorai has fairly short squads because they split into two, they're still doing pretty well. Getting some switches. It's like
goes strong hands, Gauba to Gauba. Back to Slobodskoyas.
They were communicating quite a lot during this point and trying to figure out who's going to go where.
And Gauba to Gauba. And he even had time to tap his cheek before the catch while it was in the air. They're just having a whole lot of fun out there at this stage. 6-2. The Gauba brothers connect for a goal.
What a surprise. Can Vorai play Gaubaless? It's a good question. One of the Gaubas is always going to be on.
Jørgensen sends the ball. And KossMix coming the other way. Cycus. Mendelis. Yakutionis, and then the shot for goal. And Grublis makes up for it this time. He's got himself a goal. And that makes it 3-6. And, I mean, they've scored 2 holds in a row on their last 2 tries. That is an improvement from the way the game started for them.
Definitely. Much better game from KossMix. Maybe not paying attention as much to unforced errors, or maybe just a little bit more focused on the catches, doing it a little bit better. Nice jumping pull. Pretty good pull as well. The defense is already there. It's set up.
Jorgensen finds Gauba. Gauba to Slobodskoyas. And that is a goal for Vorai. Quick 7-3.
I think on KossMix, number 13, Ernestas Danis, maybe not as comfortable with bidding yet. It looked like it was in his reach and he had the speed and he could have tried to jump on that disc and defend it. Maybe it was a little bit too far, maybe not as comfortable with it, and that gave an opportunity for Slobodskoyas to get that score quite easily. And that looks like...
Yeah, hand block there. Might have been a foul, but no call on it, and straight back to Gauba. And that is just heavy pressure and a little bit of residence living in the head there. Yakutionis, I think, had the right to call the foul there. I think he got the hand slap, but he probably knew
I think he tried to step through that throw and maybe rushed it a little bit.
In any sense, it's a well-spirited non-call.
As well.
And, you know,
maybe.
A lot of the times when you know you just made the wrong choice, no matter what the contact was, it wasn't severe, it wasn't heavy. But if you know your choice, kind of, no matter what, initiated, put yourself into that predicament, you're like, all right.
Yakutionis back with the disc. Much better this time.
Prochorov sends deep. And great defensive play, Visoikis there.
Foul is called on the reception. My opinion would be no, I wouldn't say so. To be honest, I see that the defense actually had the position on him.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a foul. On first look. So I think it's going to come back because they're not able to agree on this one. And the flipper gets hand blocked, and some would maybe say karma, or the disc don't lie, and Jorgensen gets it from the president of the Lithuanian Federation.
And the tournament director.
Ričardas Zarekis. Ričardas Zarekis, if you need any recommendations for Zeppelins while you're in town, he's also very good at that, pointing in the right direction.
Oh, I've heard that a few times, and I've heard a few recommendations from him as well to go to the what was it called? Vilnius Street.
Ah, yes.
I think this is where we went yesterday as well.
Yeah. It's a great street.
Yes.
I mean, easy to find as well.
His recommendation were pretty good so far.
Yeah. So, KossMix. They go backwards. Bobina gets it again. And now all the way back to their own end zone line. Zdanis. Into the hands of Saikus. And really working this near sideline. Blade! And mishandled. He seems to have hit the ground in an uncomfortable way. Comes up holding his neck.
Definitely going to call an injury.
The wrong hand signals, but yes, he's still the wrong hand signals, but yes, he is injured.
Yeah, pretty injured.
And sometimes when you're injured, it doesn't matter.
Looks like a bit of a whiplash on the neck. That can be quite unpleasant if you're falling backwards. Yeah, some of the I see the sideline, and some of the people are still using incorrect hand signals, but some of the people are correcting them. Thankfully, me and the game advisor in me are happy.
The commentator in me needs these hand signals
as
too,
well.
trust
Yeah.
me. Jorgensen, Gauba's like, hey, why didn't you throw it to me? He's like, because there's another Gauba out there. I'll just throw it to him.
Jorgensen's almost no effort in that scooper. Just I'll just throw it. Why not? But it's precise. It works. It's a score. It's 10-3. Yeah, 10-3. These points racked up rather quickly.
Yeah.
For Vorai.
This is the point of the game where you might speculate that they are on a slippery slope.
Yeah.
3 points could slip away from them pretty quick right now if they don't find a fight.
True that. Ooh.
And that one, they're picking a fight with the Ukraine. Sent a roller right into the Ukrainian team waiting in the gallery.
Yeah, but it was called as a brick, which is correct because it did land before the end zone, so that can be called a brick if it touches the ground in the central zone.
Okay, Mendelis gives and gets and goes to the far sideline, and he's got Grublis, and Grublis has another goal. So 4-10, 10-4 there, buddy.
Confirmed. Quick correction. I said that this is a brick, but only indoor. Indoor rules. Yes, strange rules.
Indoor pole rules need review. That's all I'm going to say.
Agreed. There are quite a few of the things there.
I don't know if I could make them perfect, but I just like, how about like throw it in and catch it, and if you drop it, it's a brick, and if you don't, you play it where it lands.
Yeah.
But
also, if you drop the pull, you probably shouldn't just be like, oh, I dropped the pull. I can just pick it up and play.
I can do what I want. Jorgensen's, and he gets looked off, and they decide to do this on their own. Slobodskoyas says, I've got Zarekis here. We're going to just do this on our own. You Gaubas and Jorgensen, you keep cutting, and we'll ignore you this time.
No pickups needed for this particular point, but who knows? Maybe in the next one they would be happy to have Jorgensen on their team, and his very, very fast legs who are moving on the sand so easily. For 11, if KossMix will manage to score 3 more points, we might get some Slurpees. Well, not Slurpees, but rather slushies, because no 7-Eleven here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's confirmed either, but you're probably right. We'll have to check Google on that one. But KossMix decide to get close, 5-11, and that's a assist by Yakutionis, and keeping it, I mean, respectable. Scoring in this late stages. I mean, I think it was 3-10 when I said this could get slippery. They've scored 2 since then. That is, practically doubling what they had in the last 3 points. So they're doing their part, but they're just running out of time.
Slow and steady wins the race.
However, on the race.
Yeah, it depends on the race.
Speedy still works well. I mean, Slobodskoyas. And hammer, other side, Visakis. Oh, and he faked the hammer, and he just let a wobbler out.
Yeah. It looks like the crowd is cheering for that.
Yeah, I call that a flub.
A flub?
Yeah, and he totally flubbed it.
Yeah, flub is a good name.
Yeah, Daniela spins around. Povina. Prochorov goes to the center. Now Mendelis hung it up and hangs it up again, but look out for Gauba. And I thought there was maybe going to be a strip call, but they're not calling anything.
I'm surprised. I've seen
strippier strips. And that one is eventually walked in. Visakis gets the goal. It's 12-5 for the Spiders. The Spiders?
The Spider, yeah.
Vorai.
Spider?
Yeah.
Oh, you're learning some Lithuanian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here for 2 days already. I should be speaking the language.
I mean, yes, you've eaten, I think, every meat pocket is
yellow
helping you remember a little bit more of Lithuanian.
Pancakes,
does it help with pronunciation?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Fried bread. Can they win it here? For now, the game will try to be extended. Prochorov gets it forward. Saikus goes back. Prochorov. Blades one over top. Grublis. Grublis, a lot of great defense, and then finally Jorgensen's lets Prochorov slip away, and he gives it the old hard spike.
Ooh.
Slap down.
Yes.
I mean, that spike kind of reflects his image with the mohawk.
With the mohawk, yeah. It's true.
I will spike you.
I think this is one of the more emotional spikes that, yes, also represents a little bit the personality of the person. But I would actually take it. I'm generally not a fan of spikes. This spike looked...
Frustration out spike.
A little bit, yes.
He looks a little bit like Zangief from Street Fighter, does Prochorov.
It was definitely a better spike than... some of the spikes from the US of A that I have seen, where it almost...
For the game here, Gauba gets it from his brother, and now Gauba using his head, but he's getting wide open deep, and then Zacharias gives it to Jurgensen as he juggles it. Jugglesons. Fakes, gives, nice high take. And a second chance here, and they will extend the game 7-12 and are outscoring in the last frame. It is 4-2 since I mentioned, can they fight this one out, or is it a slippery slope? They are making it a traction-based slope.
Yeah, true. Justus Bobina this time, without presence of Gauba, manages to keep on to that disc, but Jurgensen's an uncharacteristic mistake for him, but it looks like he didn't really expect this disc. It was coming from behind him. He kind of took the hand out, but maybe didn't really have enough time to close it.
And Slobodskoyas goes to Gauba. Gauba immediately to Visokis, and game, set, match. Vorai take this one 13-7, and even with a little bit of a mess around before it was finished, they still get the job done. Thanks for joining us. We will maintain coverage in the open division. Coming up next, Shooting Stars will be taking on Tartu Turbulence, another Estonia-Lithuania battle. We're going to be there. You might as well be with us.
Oh, we're not going anywhere.
Stay locked on to ULTI.TV here with the Zoom TV production for Dmitry Dorishenko. I've been Steph Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you in a few.